Everybody, hope everybody's having a good night. Hello, everyone. I'm not. This is just where I'm starting. I'm trying to get everything rolling. So as soon as this gets moving, I will be out in the garage. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Good to see everybody. Sorry, just trying to get this rolling. I have another camera set up in the garage. I'm just trying to get all the stuff out of the way now. Never bored. Well, that's me. Hi, me. New Guy's Garage, or sorry, Guitar. Now I'm doing it. Hey, Tom, what's happening? Functional Histories, Jim's Fast Fat Garage, JB's Little Shop. DNS, what's happening? I'm going to go ahead and pin this up if anybody wants to jump in real quick. And then I'm going to jump out into the garage. I have another camera set up out there because I really don't want to have my computer out there as I'm grinding and cutting on things. Trying to have a good evening. Printing engines. There you go. Hey, Dutch, what's happening? Thank you for jumping in. Twisted Mopar Garage. Hey, Huber's Projects, checking in. Good to see you. Twisted Mopar Garage, as I was saying. So I am going to... Oops, that didn't work. Okay. Keep up there. So I'm going to give it 1 or 2 seconds. Let anybody who wants to jump in so they can moderate for me. And then I will be out in the garage slicing that up. I don't know how to... Why is this not let me do this? It's going to be what it is for the next time being. Might be on later. Well, that's probably not a good idea to come on when you are on the throne. Assuming you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. I'll go ahead and test the camera outside before I flip completely over to it. This should be about 12 seconds to cut it off. Well, it's actually, I'm going to have to section it, but I'll explain that once I'm out in the garage. So I'm just going to give it another 2 minutes, and then I will be heading out there. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio, and then as soon as I'm out in the garage, I'll check back and forth and tell me if there's anything going on. What in the fish sticks is going on?
How the hell are you, brother?
I'm good, man. Oh, you were saying loud and clear. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to. Oh, there's your freaking weird ass Gumby thing.
I love it. I understand you might need a moderator.
Yeah, because when I'm out there, I'm going to be away from the camera. So as I'm slicing, it's going to be not going to be able to see anything. I think Juan will be in here sooner than later. I think everybody will, but it's more of you can just yell at me and say, hey, someone's on. I'll come in and flip them on. And if anybody's acting like a moron, so.
So should we give you a call, text you, or do you have audio out there?
I'll be able to hear you because I'm using my phone to film in the garage. So if you call me, it's going to totally destroy everything.
Roger that. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Don't call.
Yeah. Don't text. So yeah, I will be out there in just a second. Since you're in here, I think I'm going to jump out there and I'm going to leave this up. I'm going to leave this stand up and then I'll make sure that it's not giving me horrible feedback, but I'll end up muting the audio on the main screen here.
Okay.
Everybody hear me?
No.
You can't hear me.
No, I can't hear you.
Okay. That's good to know that you haven't lost your sense of humor. I'm going to go turn the audio off on my computer, and I'll be right back out here in 1 second.
Roger that.
Don't want any feedback, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's me in stereo, in theory. All right, how's everybody doing?
Dutch guy says that your shop is a lot cleaner than his.
Oh no, it's a giant freaking mess, and there's crap everywhere outside and everything else. But it is what it is for the time being.
Bit chilly up there, is it?
It's been 30, but it's more of I'm going to be sending sparks at my general direction. So, and I got the heater on in the garage, but I'm trying not to, spend all my money on heating the garage. So.
Right.
So, is there anything anybody wants to know before I start slicing?
You have a screen out there as well, right? Like on your phone, you can read.
Let me see if I can get the chat in here and see it. Whoop, that was a bad idea. No, I don't know enough about using it on the phone. Oh, there I go. Sort of see stuff now. Okay, so I don't want that stuck up there. Give me 1 second. Nothing like a first time for everything.
Uh-huh. Doug is here. He says hello. Take a little off the front. And New Guy's Guitar said, did you measure twice?
No, but I'm going to cut twice. Now, this right now, what I'm doing is a rough cut. I'm going to have to fine tune it once I cut everything apart because there's a lot more rust than I thought there was. So I'm going to have to make panels to replace the stuff that I'm leaving. I'm going to keep the front of the car about this much of the front, and I'm going to shrink it down and put it in the front of the car as it's going to be. So that'll get fine-tuned, and I'm going to cut it basically right here behind the strut towers, and this whole center section on both sides is getting thrown out.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, so as long as everybody can hear me, I'll give it another minute and start the chopping. Yeah, and then this week we're going to be, Functional Histories and I are going to be releasing the tiny Hot Wheels version of this before I slice it all to hell. So, hey.
Yes, sir.
Oh, here comes the stupid.
Give it hell.
Make a couple of cuts with this thing first and some spots so I'm not cutting through 2 sides of steel so I can cut the rest of the sawzall. Is that not entertaining?
I do not entertain.
Remember, kids, always punch your grinders face up so they don't run away and slice you in half. Anything anybody'd like to know before choppy time?
Do you just want me to read it to you?
I don't see anything.
It's there. So the New Guy says, fire, and then he said, look at that guy wearing proper eye protection.
Well, yeah, these are plastic. I already had them surgically replaced. I don't want to do that again. So remember, I'm only 2 surgeries away from that free pizza. So it's going to happen sooner than later.
Doug said, "Shake hands with danger."
That's fine. Doug's actually seen what the inside of the car looks like, so yeah, this is the safest thing I'm doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing to it but do it, so I'll listen to you in a minute.
I do believe that's the fastest I've ever seen a Sawzall blade cut through something like that.
Well, and honestly, this is not a paid promotion. These are Diablo blades, and they're worth $1 or $2 more. I just try to use them until there's nothing left, because these things do a very nice job.
Mopar Nut 62 says, "One saw blade, one car. Cutting them up is easy."
Yeah, well, I'll show you what the inside looks like. It's been about 4 saw blades. Well, once I get this cut, fall off, then we can talk for a minute, then I'll start slicing the other chunks of it off. It's reinforced right there. Oh, my brain just jiggled. That was actually part of the front end about 2 seconds ago.
Well, might make it a little easier to cut later.
Well, I was going to have to take it off, but this is actually bonded to the front sheet metal. So, yeah, not bonded anymore. Ta-da! Now for my next trick. Would anybody like a Honda?
Or what's left of one?
It's only a little rusty. But I don't need much of this.
Yeesh. Doug says, "Spend up for the for the demolition blades. We scrapped out 2 aluminum dump truck boxes that were used to haul hot asphalt and patch crews. The asphalt and aluminum were taking regular saw blades in minutes."
Nice. Yeah, no, these Diablo blades, I'm really very impressed with them.
Mopar Nut.
Honda now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there.
You're fine. There's a lot less Honda now. There's a lot less Honda in general, but you know that's.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys the back real quick.
Mopar says it took me one blade, one battery to cut a 73 Charger in half. I bought the rear half.
See, there's sorry, you're gonna go up a little bit there. See, there's absolutely nothing left inside.
You took it all the way to the firewall.
Yeah, and I made this little cart so I can actually move it around on wheels. And I use bottle jacks so I can raise and lower it once I have it moved. Then I can work on other parts of the car. Because there's going to be a lot of rust repair.
No.
I know, it's crazy. And nobody makes panels for these, so I'm going to be making all my own freaking panels again, just like with the Chambler. Exciting.
A Honda in Michigan that rusts? No way.
A Honda anywhere at this vintage is like a pop can.
Right. Mopar Nut says, cut it up already.
It is. I already cut this off. What more do you want from me? Come on now. No, you can see like the frame support here is gone. The frame support on this side is fine. I don't know. It rusted out strange. All right, since we got to keep the Mopar nut happy, I'm going to just basically cut this chunk off right about here. So, oh, slicey, slicey, slicey. Cut the brake lines.
You don't need them.
No, I don't, but I do need them out of the way.
Are those actual bolt cutters you've got there?
I'm sorry?
Are those actual bolt cutters you've got there, like for padlock?
Yep. Yes, they are.
Hey, Chad's
the brake tool of champions right here.
Chad's in the chat.
Hey, everybody.
Said to say chop, chop, buzz, buzz.
Pretty much. I'm going to cut the bottom off and then cut it off up here so it doesn't just fall on me because it's all nasty. Just a little rusty.
Let me get you caught up on your comments here. Hubert's Project says, It's not rust, it's weight reduction. Every 100 pounds is 1/10 of a second in the quarter mile, or so I'm told.
Yeah, well, if this still had the stock 55 horsepower engine, it would need a lot of tenths of a second in the quarter mile.
Tom says, now cut it right down the middle. Mopar Nut says, yeah, glass and all.
No. I'm not making the car wider. I'm making the chassis wider and then sticking the tiny car in the middle of it.
Right. And Doug says, well, Doug typed some lyrics, but I'm not going to sing. So, gonna do some sketchy shit. Doodah, doodah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, the doodah day.
Well, it is Doug, so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fix the other brake line.
Get out the pursuer, he says. Chad says.
Which one? I got lots of them. I don't need it now, but I'll show you my biggest persuader.
Oh, he meant persuader. I got it.
It's a 6-foot concrete wrecking bar. Pretty much moves whatever I need to.
Huh. Mopar Nut says to cut the shock towers out. Oh, Lars is in here. Just stopping by to say howdy. Hope everybody's doing well.
What's happening, everybody? Would you like me to try to move you closer to the car for more carnage?
Carnage.
I left the booster assembly in the car because there's actually a giant transfer bar in the support because this was right-hand drive first, so there's this giant 2-foot long jack shaft that goes across the car. I left it in there for strength until I cut the front end off. Because it's a little light.
You're saying that was a Japanese spec car originally, and then it was transferred to an American spec?
Yep.
Wow.
But the doors can open and close. I have a bunch of bracing in there, so it's still a car. It's just a lot less of a car.
Sort of.
Do you guys want me closer, or do you just want to stay there and watch me slice?
If I could make a suggestion, the audio on this, when you're cutting, it's actually like just about perfect where it's sitting. But so visually, if you wanted to get closer, I guess that'd be okay. But as far as the audio is concerned right now, it mutes it out pretty well.
That's probably better for that. You guys can hopefully you can see what I'm doing. You can always pinch and zoom, so.
Chad is saying good night. He has to drop out. So.
Well, thanks. Tell your boss thank you for tell Peyton to thank her for letting you come in tonight. So.
Yeah, what he said.
Well, no, I'm assuming it's Honest Peyton's garage Chad, and that Chad would be the Chad, but it's Honest Peyton's speed shop. So it's technically her shop. She just lets him work there.
She's the boss.
Yes. All right.
Give a hill, Scott.
but it was not the blade.
Yeah.
On the outside of the car.
Excuses.
Mm-hmm. We all have them. There we go, a quarter less Honda.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody likes some of these rusty parts for the restoration, just let me know.
Mopar Nut says back-halved Honda V8 power.
Well, technically it's front half. Because it's well, I'll show you guys in a minute. Just give me a second here. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is going to get a full tube chassis. Now I'll do this. So this is what the car is going to become.
Ridiculous.
Make it a rat rod. So I'm going to make a whole tube chassis for it, and it's going to get a Jeep straight 6 and a 5-speed in the front. And
You putting the 4.0 in that?
Sorry?
You're putting the 4.0 in that?
It's a 4.2 is what I have.
Oh.
Extra, so. It's supposed to have about 90,000 miles on it. So. Should be fun. A lot less car.
A lot more room.
Yep, a lot more room for activities. A lot of rough. So,
What are you cutting off of it next?
the cart works. Even my disabled ass can move it, so. Is there anything anybody'd like to see, or the cutting portion of this stupidity might be done for now?
Slimo just popped in and said hello.
Hey, Slimo, just in time to miss everything.
Yeah. Mowers and Boats is here. He said hi too.
Yeah, I always want to say motors and boats too. I don't know why.
Motorboat. We're from Michigan. That's what happens.
Yeah. Something like that.
Doug says this is the new Honda Super Cub Compact.
Yeah. Well, Slimo, I made you a hovering Honda. There is nothing connecting this to the ground other than a wooden frame I made, but it's hovering, literally. Like, it's hovering. Let's do the door check. Yep.
Jim said he'd like to see the firewall up close.
Okay. I can do that. I am the factory. So you can see. Let me grab a light here. Sorry. I'm trying to move you guys all drunk like. It's a little rusty.
I've actually seen worse up there.
I think the Honchero or the Chandler was worse.
That is so crazy that was a Japanese spec car, man.
Yep. Well, back then they didn't actually really import these directly, so I'll show you the pedal assembly, but it actually has crumple zones. I don't know if you can see the dimpling and the bracing there.
Yeah.
So this actually, like on the other side, I couldn't tell on the driver's side because there was so much rot. There was none of that part there. Yes, let's get you in here. Sorry for the light. I got a lot of light in the garage to film with. So there's the pedal assembly. And there's that giant rod that goes across for both the gas and the brakes.
That is so cool, man. I love that technical stuff.
So, I don't know if I can.
Lewis Mowers and Boats says he's actually in Michigan as well.
Yeah, he's 2-3 hours north of me, I think, if I remember correctly.
Huh. I'm in my old neighborhood then.
Yeah.
Tom says, "Oh my God, make a hover Honda."
It is. It's hovering. But I found the ultimate horsepower gain for it.
That's funny.
So now it's a Mopar.
It's part of a Mopar.
Yeah, you know, it's automatically worth another $1,000 just for having the license plate on it. So.
Old Mac asked who is the voice behind the scenes, and Doug answered, so I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, it's functional histories. Because I'm sharing my own screen, I can't pop anybody else up in the corner. Wouldn't let me. Otherwise, he'd be over there. Yeah. So all you need for performance is one of these.
It's got to add what, 10 horsepower?
Probably. Probably some part of the floor will be made out of some of these. So.
Wow, those are some old plates, man.
Yeah, this is from when the hell is this from? Oh, it's torn off. This was probably 20 years old. Yeah, is there anything anybody else like to see about the car before I close out this section of the video and go back inside? You want to see what I cut off or any of the other stuff on the car? Just let me know.
You know, just for lack of a better term, shits and grins, since I'm going to be doing the paint job on the little one, you think maybe you could show me the roof?
Yeah, I can show you the roof. I can show you the 400 pounds of Bondo in the car.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not. This car, honestly, oops, sorry. This car, when it was first made in, I'm going to say really early 80s, it was done really well. It's just age has not been super kind to it.
Yeah.
Like you can see this area here where this is where the glass would have come up. This is not originally a pickup. This would have been a hatchback. So this roof line would have come back to here and gone down.
Yeah.
But you can see like how nasty it is. And then like this is all handmade and it's brazed in place. But there's a 1/4 inch of Bondo to make it smooth. And I didn't know that until I started cutting it out and found the rot, like the rot in the rockers. I don't know if you can see those or not, but the rockers are toast.
Oh, yeah.
I had to cut the inners out already.
So at one point in time, was this a little show car, would you call it?
Yeah, it had to have been with the amount of custom work that that whoever built it did. Yeah, this was fully custom. I'm assuming from the stereo and everything else. I'll show you the dash. That this was done in the really early 80s. And I'll show you some of the parts back in the corner over here.
UP says it's got a pine superstructure.
It does. That is a pine superstructure. That is the finest $2 2x4s that Lowe's had to offer. And Lowe's was the cheapest. That's where I went. But yeah, let me show you this. I've never seen this type of stereo before. It's called a Bowman. And I couldn't find anything on it. I've had a hell of a lot of trouble finding anything on the car. But like that's the headliner, and that was the back panel. And there was custom speakers, and I mean they did it pretty well. I mean everything was done well, but it was done, almost 40 years ago. So things don't survive when they're custom like that.
Yeah. Slimo says, how many slabs of beer will fit in the back?
I can't remember what is the slab of 40 count in Australia. I don't know if it's a case or I'm gonna say it's roughly 3.5 feet by 3.5 feet, squarish. and there's the recycling material. That'll be going with the rest of it out to the recycling center. Lots and lots of mouse houses, lots and lots of mouse poop. Like even if I wanted to reuse the heater box, it is a complete condo of mouse stuff.
Huh. Slimo says a slab is 24.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, so by that, by
Probably what, 8?
yeah, 8, 10, depending on how you stack them. I can take these off now. Don't need to protect my hairline. It wouldn't do any good for that anyway. So, so yeah, this Friday, Functional Histories and I are collaborating to turn one of these into that. Well, before I cut all the crap off of the front end. So how it looks when I got it, that's what we're doing first. So look for that Friday.
Yeah, Foggy's having a hell of a time with that. She's giggling, looking at the pictures, thinking or talking about how silly this thing is. So.
Oh yeah, and it's only going to get dumber. I mean, there's lots of room for stupidity improvements here. So I'll show everybody the engine, and then I will probably scoot inside because I can't sit up much longer. So don't mind the glove box. So that is the engine. It's a 4.2 liter out of an 89 YJ Cherokee, or Wrangler, sorry. And then that is a 2-wheel drive 5-speed out of a Comanche I parted out. So it's going to be Jeep powered, Jeep transmission. I'm probably going to have to find like a Crown Vic rear axle. And I want to use the 32 to 40 style Ford sling out front end so that, the front end's going to be like here, like probably 5 feet. Like there's going to be as much front end as there is car.
Basically a dragster.
Well, a full rat rod where everything's slung out real far. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here. Let you guys get one more last look at this fine machine here. I'm gonna run in and get set up back in the house. Anything anybody else wants to see before I zip inside?
It doesn't look like anybody's beating the door down on the comments. So,
Be with you in a second.
ha! It sounds like you just crashed into the house.
Lay down, buddy. Lay down, Max. Max, go lay down, Bubba. Go lay down, you big Subish. Hey! What's happening? I think I can get rid of that for the time. Hey, look, the car. My garage is its own entertainment system over here.
Huh.
It's not too cold up. It's just kind of not fantastic. My body doesn't take cold anymore after the transplant, so I kind of gotta do the best I can for myself. Ugh. Come here, you big goof. Max, come here. Come here, Max. Come on. Get up here, Sasquatch. I'm going to turn this off for the time being. I'll remove it. All right. Max, come here. I don't want the business end, boy. Come here. So anything anybody would like to know?
Oh, hey, I'm still Gumby. Give me a second.
Yeah, you're still Gumby.
There we are. Whoa, hey, that was really close.
Now you're bearded Gumby.
How the hell is that? Can I? Jeez, it's not normally like that. Oh, it's because we're split. Okay, never mind. There we go. Hey, would you believe? Look at what somebody spray painted on my garage here, man.
That's nuts. You got a lot of gang violence in Ohio there?
Not really, no. I sent it to Buck, and I haven't gotten a message back from him yet. I'm hoping he digs it.
He either works evenings or nights, so.
Well, I know he's been working second shift, so I don't know. But anyway, I hope he digs it. I'm happy about it.
He likely will. Oh, thank you for moderating there. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. It's what I could do to help.
Hopefully it looked cool with all the crap just randomly falling off the car.
It did.
I have a lot of sweeping to do. No, I have a lot of stuff to take back. All the front suspension parts are garbage. Rear suspension parts are garbage. The entire floor. I'm going to notch the firewall tomorrow and put the engine and trans together and slide them sort of in place so I kind of have an idea of how much tubing I need to buy. I still got to figure out a way to get front suspension because I'm having no luck so far finding it for cheap. So,
have you considered doing like transplant suspension stuff, like off of something a bit heavier, or I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know how that would work. I mean, I know you want to go with new, but
I don't mind old. If I can find used, that's perfectly fine. It's more of if I was making this into a 4x4, I got Jeep parts out the yin yang, but I don't have traditional hot rod parts, and finding them has been kind of a problem. And it's more of it's $1,500 to get a full setup from Speedway, brakes, suspension, knuckles, everything. And if I don't have a choice, that's what I'll have to do. I was hoping to find at least something, even just for mock-up purposes, even if it's garbage, at least if I know the links and the sizing and everything else, and I can start to lay the frame out. And because I want the axle slung out forward. I don't want it to look like, where so many of those cars where they put leaf springs or the front, like they graft an S10 on it, and there's 2 feet of frame rail in front of the grill. It looks like shit, in my opinion. So I try real hard not to do that.
Yeah, I got you.
I believe Dougster's talking about Autorama, which is where the Chambler was. That's where Doug and Hubert and I met up.
I was thinking that very same thing that Hubert. Well, actually, I was thinking S10, but would Ranger parts work? That's
no, and for 2 reasons. The radius arm, like an older Ranger, in theory would work, but I need the rear. I need rear steering. I need the steering to be behind the front, so the axle can stick out past the suspension. And here's the tire. The steering's back here, so it goes behind the axle, so I can put the radiator and everything out front. So you've got axle, radiator, and the tires are still front of that, so it has that full rat rod look.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm explaining that right.
Hey, if I can get it from your explanation, you're good. I promise.
Just real quick. Let's do this so the rat rod impaired. So something. Come on. So something like this.
It's a pretty slick looking little ride.
Yeah. So basically, proportionally, it's going to be something like that.
Oh, pardon me.
No yawning. Whoop, that was not what I meant to do. So that was what I'd like to do. In worst case, I might be able to find like a Mustang 2 style setup with rear steer that I could shove far enough forward that it would still work. But that's the look I want to go for. So that's what I'm shooting for. But with all the extra metal work I'm going to have to do, that budget's going down because I'm going to have to hand make all those inner parts, inner and the outer. I'm going to have to find a way to. I'm either going to have to find somebody with a roll former so I can roll the outer rockers because nobody makes them. The inners aren't that big a deal. Doctor saying Slimo went to a Mopar only car show and made a video. Oh, okay. Sorry, Doug. I didn't mean to step on you there. I thought you were talking about Autorama. I'm way behind on the comments. I've never seen so many Aussie Hemi 6s in one place. That was Tavo. I'm assuming it means that car. That's the look I'm going for anyway. Traverse leaf springs with Luna crutches for the long. Yeah, except I'm not going to go with that stupid leaf spring. I want to do a coilover setup so I have some adjustability. And I also don't want to try to put a leaf spring through there. I want to be able to put coilovers on either end and have that space in the middle for a bigger radiator and everything else. But that's also more money. So it all depends on how things take off with the channel and what happens next. And it's going to take me as long to build. I want it to be done by Autorama next year. So that's the goal. So it gives me some time. But I've also got a lot of stuff to do to the Chambler. Because I'd like to try to make the last day of Power Tour. I don't know if that's even going to be a possibility. I need to look into when that is and what it's going to cost and everything else. But I've got to do ball joints and a whole bunch of other stuff in the front end of the Chambler, and I need to get the wipers done. There's a lot of little things, but it all adds up. And then I need to try to get my TJ finished. But I sold a bunch of parts off that for the Chambler, and because there's a big Jeep event middle of May, and I want my TJ out for it. But I've got a lot of parts, but I need at least another $1,000 to $1,500 in parts, and it's all the nickel and dime stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Nathan's the Mopar Garage. Thanks for jumping in. You missed the carnage. So it's
you still got it up.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna go turn it off in a minute. But it used to have a front frame rails or front sheet metal, and now doesn't.
And now not so much.
Not so much. The Tavio thing is a completely different conversation. So, or Tavo. So what's going on in the functional histories land?
Well, right now I'm printing motors for testing in the Bratfink. Again. I wish S10 or Neverboard were still here. His truck just arrived today. So
did he scoot out? Was he here and left already?
He said I think he said he had to do lunch or dinner.
Oh, he might be back then.
Oh well. Yeah, his truck just arrived today. It's sitting over there. And Levi's Laguna showed up today.
Nice.
Yeah, Foggy got to open that one. She looked at it. She's like, I have never seen this car. What the hell is this?
That actually is the best looking of those front ends is that Laguna.
Yeah. I don't know. For whatever reason, I asked him about his Monza. Like, I had Monza on the brain, but oh well.
I don't know if he has one, a Monza or not. I've only seen his a Laguna.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, but I said Monza for whatever reason.
Yeah, they look the same in the front. They're only like, the Monza's like a quarter scale of the Laguna. So.
And Birdsong's patina has been patinaed.
Oh, you're doing a car for Birdsong?
I am, yeah. He actually wanted me to do patina for him. So,
is that the blue car?
Yeah, it's the 69 RT.
Okay. He's got so many freaking nice Mopars. Even his crappy Mopars are nicer than my crappy everything else.
Yeah. I sent out a bunch of emails today to folks that I got their cars or their cars are finished, or I don't have a way to turn my camera, but over there on my pegs, that short that I did earlier this week. It's even more now. And what else? Oh, got another volunteer for the Stone Soup Lancer. So good stuff happening. It's just taking a while.
Nice. You want if you want to, why don't you explain the basics of that whole how that stone soup thing's working in case anybody's interested in helping?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the idea was originally that we were going to ask for just the biggest piece of crap car that we could find and build it. That would be our car for next year. Yeah, me too, Doug. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't drink much anymore, but you know. So we had somebody in the UP, and forgive me if you're in here and I'm not remembering who you are. Somebody in the UP volunteered their car, and I thought, well, that'd be okay, but it's kind of a long way. I don't know if I'd be able to make it. And then Foggy, I'm sorry.
Was it Thumper?
Yes, it was Thumper the Sweaty. Yep. So I didn't know how we would be able to get it down here. Hell, look at this. I'm doing this for free time fun. It's not like I got money to go to car shows or anything, So yeah, it was Thumper, old Mac. Anyway, so we man, I really need to get my hair cut. I look like a troll, man. Jeez. So a couple of days go by and we get a message from Scott, who says, "Hey, I've got this Valiant sitting out here. Would you want it?" Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we'd get it here. And then Foggy made the suggestion, maybe make it like a potluck thing. Have everybody get involved. Make it a community thing. So I figured out a couple of ways to make it happen, but we would need volunteers for it first. And one thing led to another. Of course, I know. Read Dutch guy's comment. Anyway, one thing led to another, and we finished the build for Jamie at Dead Dodge Garage, his Charger, and I don't want to call us friends, but slightly better than acquaintances. And since Scott was headed over towards Seattle, which is where, hey, Michael, what's going on, Bubba? Since Scott was headed over there to pick up parts for his Charger, he and Jamie got together and decided that maybe the Valiant was a little too far gone and we should do the Lancer. So he made the command decision to make it the Lancer rather than the Valiant. So now Jamie is in possession of the Valiant or the Lancer, and we're trying to figure out how to get it to the Junkyard Necromancer in Montana, who is like Washington State, the Idaho Gap, and then he's like right on the other side of the Idaho Gap in Montana. So, yeah, we're trying to fill in the locations there. But so the idea is everybody gets a chunk of the car. Doesn't matter what you do on the car. Doesn't matter if if you happen to have a set of door seals or a window, radiator, you know how to work on brakes. You have an extra set of drum brakes that have been sitting in your shop for the last 20 years. Doesn't matter. Throw them on the car, make a video of it, send it on to the next guy. If you're not along the route, which, by the way, we posted today on our channel to try to include everybody that's on the map.
Yes.
I've totally lost what I was saying there. That's what it was. If you're not on the route and you want your name on the car, you want to have a little bit of credit and even be able to make a video or whatever, send the parts to us. We'll throw them on a car. You know,
What's the best way for people to get a hold of you if they're interested?
most likely my email is best, unless you're like in the circle. uh, but we've asked a couple of folks that simply don't have the time or the ability, and no harm, no foul. The point is that you're willing to help and that you'd like to help, but we know that this is kind of done on the fly, and that nobody's obliged to do it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, right now we've got who do we have? We've got of course Heavens Mopars, Dead Dodge Garage, Junkyard Necromancer, Junkyard D, Indirect Connection, Rabbit Transit, 38 POS, Levi's, Jason's. I'm missing. Oh, Pole Barn. That's the one I'm missing. Pole Barn Garage.
Cool.
Dalton said that he doesn't know what he could do on it. He'll throw a sticker on it and send it on its way. And I kind of chuckled and said, "Hell, we'll take it. Make a video on it." So,
have you made a video? I'm sorry if I missed it, but have you made a short or anything explaining what you're doing? Or
community posts mostly until we actually get it in hand, and then we're going to start shooting videos on it. We don't want to steal anybody's thunder that may have not put their stamp on it yet. So
cool.
Once we get it, we'll start making videos on it. So yeah,
that's a neat idea. The local radio station here, the Classic Rock, used to do the Stone Soup car that they had a bunch of the companies around build for a charity, and they'd raffle it off every year. Until, well, that's been a while now because that radio station, well, the people that did it are gone. So
what was that? Wheels? Was that Wheels? WLLZ?
No, it was it was 94.7, the Classic Rock channel. Dutch is talking about the bridge in, I think it was, I can't remember where. Yeah, that got hit by a barge or got hit by a tanker. How about got hit by a cargo ship and fell? That doesn't happen that often. That happened in Tampa. So like once every 40 years, a bridge hits a boat. Hey, a boat hits a bridge. So. Yeah. The main bridge going from Tampa to St. Pete in Florida was hit in a super foggy night by a barge, and it knocked the center of the bridge out. And people, I want to say about a dozen people, drove off in the middle of the night in the fog because they didn't know it was there. They didn't know it was gone.
Yeah.
And I think now the new bridge is called the Skyway Bridge. Well, it's new. It was new 30 freaking years ago, and it's one of those bridges that goes like that. And it's not that I'm used to bridges, living there long enough, but it's weird because you're going out and the old bridges there is like a fishing pier, and then all of a sudden it's not there anymore. And that's a creepy freaking feeling as you're going up a bridge right beside it. It's like, yeah, that was nice. Thanks.
I lived in Michigan when they were building the Zilwaukee, and the old Zilwaukee was just fine to me. It's 30, 40 feet off the water, whatever, but going suddenly 200 feet at the center, that's an eerie feeling looking down.
You can't even see over the damn bridge, though. My friend warned me about that when I went up to Interlochen. It's like, I know I've gone over it before, but it's like, it wasn't even a fart in the wind. What was everybody bitching about this thing for? Like, come on, guys. You can't see anything. You can't, unless you're in a big truck, you're not going to see over the bridge. And even if you did, it's 4 foot high freaking rails on the side. And unless something magical comes up and throws you off, you're fine.
Yes, Hubert, exactly.
I do not get the Zilwaukee Bridge thing. I went over it. I'm like, I've been over this before. I didn't even think about it. It's like, who's this all in panic? Come on, people.
Maybe you weren't the 8-year-old me that I was just terrified of that thing, man. All the horror stories of the chick driving a Festiva getting blown off and stuff.
Yeah, but that was the Mackinac. That was different. That bridge does have a bit of pucker factor when you're like, I should not see the water 100 something feet below me now.
Yeah,
And
I
like
told.
the first time I went on that Skyway Bridge in Tampa, that was a pucker because it was just like, is the car going to keep going up, or are we going to start sliding back down? Oh, now we're going the other way.
Yeah, I had to do that. Actually, I think it was that very bridge. I did that in a box truck. That was scary.
Yeah, and no, that would have taken me a while with that saw. Just gonna put that out there. That blade's nice, but I don't think this long a blade's gonna go through several foot diameter pylons. You never know. No, I drove a furniture delivery truck in North Carolina through. You know what the tail of the dragon is?
Yeah.
I drove that in a goddamn box truck. And a Isuzu cab forward box truck delivering furniture.
No.
I pissed everybody off because that thing wouldn't do more than 30 through there, even if I wanted it to. It's doing one of these just for 4 miles. Just
you know which one gets me? It's down in Louisiana, the Atchafalaya. You ever go across that one? It's like 22 miles long.
No.
Jeez.
No, that sounds like the bridges in Key West because it's basically you're a couple miles. It's not that long if I remember, but I haven't been on those since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's not a scary bridge, but God forbid somebody have an accident 10 miles ahead of you.
Yeah, you're stuck out in the middle of the water and nothing good's gonna come of it.
Right. Well, I have an engine, radiator and all.
Nice. What's that one for?
That's for the Bratfink. Actually, I have several engines because I'm tired of sizing it over and over and over again. So I just made them all at once.
Nice. Be nice if it was that easy to make them in real life.
Right? Yeah, the design process is a chore, but man, I've had this car put together 3 times already. And it didn't look right. I wanted to be a little cartoonish, but still in the realm of real world.
Yeah, but Vic, like I told you last time, it is a fucking cartoon.
Well,
I'm not saying that that's not a cut at all. My Cherokee was parked right next to it at No Name Nationals. The thing is nuts in a good way.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I want it to be. I don't know. Like I said, I want it to be a bit realistic, but not.
You want it to look right, and I appreciate that.
But poor Clint, he's been waiting on his little diecast for like 3 months now. Oh,
so. Gordie Howe. Yeah, yes. Goody Howe. Wouldn't that be Gordie Howe?
Goody Howe. Not Gordy, but Goody.
Is that like Sam Goody, the headache powder company?
Slow down a little bit, Doug. You'll be all right.
Well, that's a good question. Does anybody that's north of the Mason-Dixon know what Goody's headache powder is?
Oh, I do.
A lot of people don't. I'm pretty sure DNS knows what it is. And DNS saying that, Duxter, only in theory, I've sat still on 75 several times, as I think anybody that's ever driven anywhere on it has.
Uh-huh. Hell, I'm about 3 miles from 75 here in Dayton, and it's a nightmare.
I'm a mile from 94. And I'm at 16 and 94 for those who know what Michigan's like. Oh, and I forgot to say, the link is pinned, so if anybody wants to jump in, you are more than welcome to. It's been a little nutty. Yeah, blame it on the autocorrect, Doug. Oh, good Lord, Max. What did you eat? Holy dog fart. Good Lord. Oh, God. Woo. Hold on, I gotta fan this out over here. Jumping. You could wake the dead, boy. What the hell did you do? Good Lord.
Well, so, yeah, like I said, man, we got some good stuff going on here. You got some good stuff going on there. I'm excited to see how that thing turns out.
Yeah, it's gonna be months before that's done, but I'm definitely gonna keep working. There'll be a video out. This week is the Honchero project with you.
Yeah.
Next week is a shop tour of Auto Off-Road Anonymous. Then, in theory, the first of the Honchero videos will be out, but it really depends. I've got a lot of stuff, and they're going to be longer form videos. My longer form stuff's probably going to start slowing down, but I've got undercoating a early 80s VW Vanagon camper van with at Troy at Hoist House in Troy with fluid film. They sent me a bunch of product, which I thought was pretty cool. I've got garage updates videos, and I've got a lot of other little stuff coming up. I'm going to start bringing the 63 Rambler in, cleaning that up, and starting to do some of the metal work on that.
That's really cool, man.
No, Febreze would not. No, Febreze would go and die. No, Max did not eat tires. He doesn't eat much of it. He eats his dog food, and that's about it. And he's starting to have cataracts. So if I give him something, I've got to get it right underneath his beak and back far enough he can see it, because otherwise he ignores it, which is fun.
Doberman ownership. You called it a beak.
Well, it's a lot of face. His face, his head is about this long with his nose. My mom's dog, she has a Shih Tzu. Or a Shih Tzu. It's a Shih Tzu poodle. I call it Shih Tzu, which my mom's probably watching right now. So her dog is that long. So it literally, he could wear her dog as a hat. Goodies Headache Powder, a sponsor of Richard Petty. Yep. And I knew DNS would know. He says takes it a lot. Simo, beer keg fuel tank in the Honchero like Mad Max? No, it's gonna have a fuel cell probably tucked in the back. There's a lot of theoretical. I've done a lot of the stuff I'm doing. I've never built my own frame completely. I've never done anything like this. I've never done a front forward setup suspension. Never completely set up a 4-link rear. I'd love to bag it, but that's probably not a reality. It'll likely be coil spring, so I have some adjustability, but it's a whole lot of uncharted territory. I got to find a place or a way to roll form material. I need to find a tube bender so I can make something of a roll cage, at least a hoop, because I need to replace what was there, because it actually looks weird without the bed bar in it. So I want to make it actually real, because this thing is going to be a little bit lower than it's sitting in the garage right now. It's going to be as low as I can physically get it to go. I'm going to skid plate all the bottom of it so I can just drive over whatever is underneath it.
So basically you're making it low enough that I won't be able to get into it.
No, you'll be able to get in. It's going to have room. No, I like other than the fact that I might have to drive up on a loading dock for you to get out if your hips are bad.
Right.
But no, there's more than enough. There's enough space in it now for me, and I'm 6 foot on a good day. And the way I'm going to do it, there'll be enough space for at least a 6'3", 6'4" foot person to get in there and drive it.
Mm.
Because there's enough space. It's just I've got to move stuff around. Man, it's been on a refried bean diet, so you probably smell like Max does right now. No, it's not. No, good God, Doug. You and your tutelage, as they say. Thunderbirds are go. Yeah.
Something wrong with that boy. He spent too long a time out in the woods of Michigan.
Goodies started in my hometown. I was friends with the founder's nephew. No, cool. Goodies. Yeah, I do love autocorrect. Apparently, that's how you spell goodies in autocorrect land. Even though this would be the correct spelling of it. You missed it there, Mr. Captain Late. It's been over for half an hour now. I took my time and sliced and sliced. And sliced and sliced.
Yeah, the slice is done, dude.
Yeah, you can only chop. I can only extend it for so long. I can only stretch it out. There were people bitching because I stretched it out that long. So never bored. I'm trying to find out here. I can actually say I saw Gordie Howe in person by the Olympia. Nice. Oh, Neverboard's back. Hey, Neverboard, what's happening? I asked, but got no answer. Don't know what the question was, but
he asked if you were done already.
Oh, a new guy's asked if I was done already too. I thought. Did I? Oh, what the hell? What did I do here? I don't know. Whatever. I must have missed it. Or I got. Did I misread? Well, if I misread your comment, I'm sorry. I thought it said new guys. Oh, it was. Okay, it was Dan.
Speaking of that, Dan, did you get a package today by chance?
He'll probably just tell you no because he checks his mail about once every 3 months. So.
Oh, well, good. Then I can blame the damage on his car to the post office.
There you go. And fun fact, breaking news for New Guys Garage News Network. He was a post office worker.
Was he?
Yep.
Poor fella.
I know. Oh, I'm sorry, Neverboard. I did not see your comment.
Since he's here, I'm going to get his truck.
I took as long as I could, but it was 4 cuts, and I showed the car off a bunch, but there was only so much I could stretch with that. So you can always go back and watch it again. Not that, you can. I couldn't stretch out anymore, and I actually couldn't stand in the garage anymore either. So. Oh, good Lord, we've been wand.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's happening, Juan? You missed all the fun.
It seems so. Well, you know how it is. Life wants too much of each one of us.
And I know that feeling. And I'm not saying this just to be silly, but you can go back and watch it. And I thought,
of course,
I'm going to go back and watch it because I want to see what it looked like. So,
how ugly you look like, that is there already.
Hey, no matter what, no matter how messed up this is, it's still better than you there, Captain Mullet. So.
No, he's better. He's worse than Dan. That is a fact.
You're worse than Dan?
No.
No. Let's see what we got going here.
That truck fits me.
I don't know if you'd fit in there, but you can try.
That will be a certain somebody's white S10.
It could be that certain somebody.
Maybe that's somebody.
It could
but we just got that today.
Nice.
And this is what I'm working with for Clint. Again, I'm back to this again. But you can see that the motor should fit just about right up under the dashboard and behind the firewall and all that stuff. So,
yeah, make sure that you have it raked at about a 45-degree angle too. So,
yeah, well, it's not quite that extreme, but I had to take into consideration the size of the wheels against what suspension I was working with. And then there's that one.
We'll set that one.
That's Bird Songs.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah, Foggy just finished that stuff up today. We're gonna do a little bit of touch up on it, but that's generally how the body will look. So
yeah, and Dan hit you with a reply.
I didn't
I got it. And yes, I know how it got damaged. Portal, I think he meant postal workers are not gentle. He knows firsthand, so.
Okay, so I have to admit to being a bit of a clot here. So when we were packing everything up the other day for him and Tony and Josh from Midnight, and there were some other ones in there. His car may or may not have bounced off of the dining room floor.
1 second. Take it easy, Neverboard. Good Lord. Does nothing special. I appreciate you hopping in, my friend.
Cuídate, brother. Everything hopes well. God bless, man.
Return to your conversation, sir. Sorry.
Dan's car may or may not have bounced off of the dining room floor. And in the little letter that I sent him, I was like, I don't know how this may have happened, but his hood was cocked just a little bit to one side.
Just like the real car.
Dude, yeah, you just made the real deal a reality.
Yeah, well, I wasn't happy about it. But as long as he's okay with it, I guess I'm all right. But it's still like one of those things like, so just that one. I mean, that far in 164 scale is 4 inches in real life, you know?
Yeah.
It looks horrible.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, I guess you mullet boys have to stick together there, you and the Dutchman.
Dutchman is old school American. I watched some of his videos and his content.
Yeah,
Really like that.
Neverboard knocked off seeing a tornado off his bucket list. I did that when I was a kid. Not a lot of fun.
that's absolutely one of my tornado bucket list things is to chase a tornado.
That's
you
so
said
lame. I watched the Tennessee one that got like the most famous like take. It's like 20 minutes where I live, so I saw it.
Yeah, no, but take it easy, Hubert. Thanks for jumping in, man. No, when I was, oh God, I probably was 5 or 6. We were in a daycare van coming back, and there was a tornado pacing us about 3 miles over. Touchdown, going the same speed we were. That's one of those wish you still wore diapers kind of moments as a kid.
Stay right there, Levi.
What's happening, Levi?
Oh,
yeah, I appreciate you jumping in, Hubert. And the same goes for him and everybody else. The link is posted. It's kind of randomized. Whoever would like to jump in is more than welcome to. So.
Take care, Hubert.
Yep.
Look what showed up today.
Laguna. Oh, let's see what Mr. News. I read the note and was like, yep, that's about right. Hood was blown off and back end was separated. I got a good chuckle out of it because I knew that small box was used as a football.
Wait, the back end was messed up too?
Dan, why don't you send him some photos or something, bud?
No, dude. Can hit the link, man. Come up here. I want to see that.
I want to see the car, not your face, Dan.
Yeah, there's only been, well, now you're the second one that's ever really happened to. I got to tell you, Scott, that and Juan, I sent out this Zombug to Garth's Graveyard Garage, right? It was perfect. Had all the proper decals. It was a roller, nice big fat tires on it. I even put the American flags on it, right? And I mean, like, they have separate flags. It's not a decal. Like, the flags actually hang out the back.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I sent it out to him, gave him a nice long little, this is how things are going, et cetera, and this is how we made it. It got to him. He opened it on the channel, and it was flattened.
What kind of box do you send it? How do you?
A regular, 8.5 by 10 little box, just big enough basically to hold one of these in it.
I think you will need to
move around.
I think you will need to add protection to that. There's a lot of ways, but I think you were shipping it simple because of convenience, maybe the price, but it's not fun that you work so much into something like that to get ruined, if you know what I mean, or the people who want to pay you for it want to see that. So sad, man, because it's not like you want it to be shipped like that. Like that.
Next time around, I mean, that Mustang body's not hard to find, and now that I know what I'm doing, it's not so cursed to do. I think I'm just gonna, if it's actually bad, I'm just gonna make him another one and send it, because it took us 3 weeks just to get that engine proper in there. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into creating a custom for one of these than a lot of folks seem to realize.
Yeah, Levi's asking if it shows up crushed, does he have to crush the real car? Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, anything that you have to involve, like your hands and carve and alter, we can say that it costs more than today than ever because everything is more expensive. So it's not a joke.
I think I'm going to start labeling the boxes with human remains.
That helps. It's delicate. It's going to a special person. Please take care of me until my ride is done.
Do
Something
you
like that?
Do you ever insure them, or do you insure it all when you ship them?
I tend to get the basic insurance unless I know, like, okay, with that one for Garth's Graveyard Garage, the second one I sent him, I actually bought insurance for it because the first one showed up. It looked like somebody actually ran it over with a bicycle or something. Like the top was caved in, and it was awful.
So it was smashed with a bicycle and with a fat guy.
Well, yeah, it was like me on a bicycle. Yeah.
No, so it's basically was Dan.
See you never bored.
Someone like that. Someone like that.
It was bad.
We piggyback his brother Tom on a bicycle.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Take it easy, never bored.
Damn.
It didn't separate into two, so maybe not.
And Levi was asking if you're going to do any larger scales.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got one over there that cannot be revealed. It's about, I don't know, about a third the way done. That's a special one that Colleen knows about. The build for crap, I can't remember. Who owns Camille?
Oh God.
54 Pontiac. Anyway,
No,
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Camille is a 1/24 scale build as well. But no, I like to stick to them, but I'm not opposed to doing larger scales. It's just, these little ones were always meant to be, inexpensive. So, I've seen tell you that HOSCI. Okay.
I think he means HO scale, but I might be wrong.
Anyway.
Mopars, minivans, and Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. I cannot English this evening.
I just call them a Hello, Damien.
Or just what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, and actually, we so this isn't a build, but the fella commissioned me to 3D print it for him. I'll show you the little one first. This one will be a build. Can you tell me what kind of car that is?
Yeah, it's a Geo.
I was looking at the front, I was gonna say Honda Civic, but on the back, looks like
Honda Civics don't come with front ends. I just cut mine off. Hey, take a jeweler's saw and cut the front end of that car off, so you can do the scale version of the.
Right, but he does like the gas powered little nitro radio control cars.
Oh, the scale drag racers.
Yeah, so he wanted me to put this together for him.
3D printed.
Yeah,
looks nice.
Have you talked at all to? Oh my God, I'm gonna screw up his name. Hot Rod Guy's Garage.
Only in passing, like here in the chat and stuff.
Well, no, because he's got the Geo with the 3.8 super turbo in the back of his Metro, like that. That might be something to let him know that you have a way to make a scale version of that if you ever want one.
Wait a minute, wait. It might be him. I don't know, dude. I've got like 35 builds on my plate right now.
I'm going to look this. So I'm going to jump you out of this. I'll look it up. I'll look up his. I can't remember his freaking contact information off the top of my head. It'll probably pop it up now that I said something since I'm looking in Facebook. I'm gonna. It's not, of course, but
a Geo Metro with a motorcycle engine.
No, it's better. Russell. You're not gonna be able to see. You'll never see this, but
make yourself big.
I
Make
did.
the photo big.
Yeah, this
Highways
is.
is better.
Yeah, it is definitely not that Metro.
Yeah, High Rod Guy's Garage. That car in the front is the one with the 3.8. That thing is fast.
3.8 like
The
Grand
whole
National
front
3.8.
Yes, more
yeah,
fun.
no, like a front wheel drive, like a supercharged, but I think he's got it turboed, so it's at least 250, and he's got the whole rear cradle or the front cradle in the rear of the car, so it's
Huh.
rear engine.
So he basically turned it into a Ford Shogun,
Pretty
a
much.
Chevrolet version of a short Ford Shogun. That's pretty cool.
If you ever build a 124 scale Laguna in the future, Levi would be interested.
I'd love to do that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that his buddy wanted to say that HL scale slot car bodies pay very well. Seems like you work near that scale. Yeah, that a lot of people will take a Hot Wheels and put them on the HL scale cars. People pay a lot of money for those freaking things.
Well,
Colin beat me to it. It's Russell.
Oh yeah, okay. Shit, I'm trying to think. Frankenstein C20. I think I was on last week, and I showed you the special feature in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the next step is that we're actually going to remote control one.
Nice.
I know that they make 1/64 scale remote control cars, but
yeah, I might still have one. I had one of those little tiny ones that would charge on top of the radio controller.
Yeah.
I might. I probably don't. There's some possibility I still have one.
Did you already send out those wheels?
No, I got to send them out tomorrow. I'll look for the car. The likelihood is I don't. I know I did. I've got only one place it'll be, so I'll look for it tomorrow.
Yeah. If you happen to find it, send it with that, please. I don't have a lot of money, but I'll throw you a few bucks.
No, I'm not worried about that. I know they were made at Radio Shack, but I don't. It's been forever, and I know they probably make better ones now. I just know that those were pretty accurate to scale.
Yeah.
6% has a secret moneymaker. He has like a 3D printer.
Yeah, his name is Vic.
Mm-hmm.
And 3D print engines all day long.
Oh, but that looks so well. I wouldn't expect to be from. Can you make Vic bigger? 6% there.
No, I can't. It's against the law.
Yeah, it looks way nice. If you tell me it's a Lego, I wouldn't have noticed. Legos from today's era. Come on, people.
Yeah. If you throw those on the floor, Juan will step on them just like a Lego. Did the dairy delivery arrive in the mail? I think it was made in Asia and probably not rare, but it means you can do some modifications.
Slimo, I have to admit, it did arrive in the mail, and as soon as I opened it, it disappeared into Foggy's office. So it's not the model itself that she wanted, it's what was on the side of it. So yeah.
He did it again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that shit over here, man. Oh.
Yeah. Love you, boy, but for God's sakes.
And you smelling all that like nothing.
It happens.
So yeah, we got a few good things happening here. We're printing up the new shop that we're going to use for our dioramas, and she's working on the finishing paint for the Honchero right now. Nice. She's got another one in there too. Oh, a regular commission. Just a kid that caught us on YouTube one time. He wanted his Jeep done. So, that a real recent Jeep that they did, you would know Jeeps better than I would by a damn sight, but it's a Cherokee, big wheels, roof rack on it.
That does not narrow it down.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Any Jeep.
Yeah, no, the Hot Wheels. Okay.
Yeah, it was that body. So it was just a matter of cutting off the fender skirts and flattening out the roof and stuff. But she's working on muddying that one right now. But
I didn't mean to step over you there, Juan. Sorry.
And then, of course, next week we got Phillips Run, Drip, and Bubble, or the week after that. And this week is Frankenstein C20. That one's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's what they were called, Zip Zaps.
Radio Shack toys.
Yeah. Like they were literally, they didn't go over very far, but you put them on top of the radio controller and it would charge the car.
Yeah.
You get 3, 4, 5 minutes out of it, and then you have to put them back on.
I missed Radio Shack.
Yeah, it used to be a decent place to get stuff, and now you don't really, unless you get something from a real specialty store that, or I like the parts stores for the most part, but a lot of the electrical equipment they have is not great.
It's just Temu. Then you
No, I will not.
and
Temu.
Wish. Come on.
I will not Temu. I am not a Temu person. They asked me to join their thing and do a presentation, and they want complete access to my channel. I was like, nope. Sorry.
Well, they want the same deal.
No.
Yes, exactly, Victor. That is just nonsense.
That's what they want. So it was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you complete access to my channel, so you'll give me $200 in random crap. Sorry.
That's insane. Yeah, plus Temu, it is. It's crap. Every bit of it is garbage.
Yeah, but a lot of to be fair, a lot of their shit is made in the same factories as everybody else's shit. It just has a different name stamped on it.
Yes, Victor. So if you hear TikTok shop, Temu, same thing. You can get the same thing. So
a lot of the stuff comes out of the same factory.
Well, the thing is, eBay was a place for that. It just some changes were made, and now they're Temu.
Yeah, no, I agree, Levi. Harbor Freight has liked a couple of my posts and things, like when I repurpose their furniture movers for car rallies, but we'll see what happens. They make some good stuff. They make some stuff, but that's you really have to pay attention to what you're buying. Like I tried responding to the message when you asked about doing one of my cars, and message kept getting deleted.
Huh.
Was it on live stream or on email, Nathan?
Yeah, because it's email, check the junk. Maybe Victor is in your junk drawer of the email.
Because people will have trouble sometimes in the in the chats, but it seems to be rare. So if that happened, let me know.
That is gonna get covered. The chat.
I remember contacting him via email. Huh. Dude, there are so many people that could sponsor me, and I would be thrilled, just to have the stuff, not even to be paid for it. Rust-Oleum, for example, Dremel. Oh man, you imagine all the Dremel stuff.
Have you reached out to anybody, or?
Well, no, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Plus, I am still pretty freaking small.
Yeah, it doesn't stop me. I still reach out to people. At least if you tell me no, or you tell me, hey, you're not big enough. The advantage was like I reached out to Eastwood. They make a lot of automotive tools. I met a PRI, and talking to somebody face to face means you're not just another random email. That's the one advantage.
Yeah.
And they said, unfortunately, right now you're not big enough. Your metrics aren't big enough. Talk to us in about 6 months, and every 6 months we'll see where you're at. It's a foot in the door.
And Vic, there's a difference between you being big as a channel and also specialized. You are basically doing artisan work. So if people like that and see you, the majority of people that will be willing to buy something that you use will be more than a bigger channel that doesn't specialize in that, if it makes sense, Vic. And you should not put down your work. So I think you should be correctly paid. It's just that some sponsors want control over you. Watch well, Vic. Watch well, Vic, because once you do that, there's no turning back. And for every one of you wanting to do some or influencer stuff in whatever media, because there's a couple of them just now.
And to that note, do you have like Facebook or Instagram or anything?
Oh, I don't do face bag. No.
Do Facebook.
I have an Instagram only for my channel. That's it. I am not on there for anything but the channel. And that has actually been a good way to contact people. The other thing you might want to do is set up an affiliate link through Amazon so that if people buy, like you recommend, I run this Dremel, I use these tools, I use this stuff. There can be some secondary revenue that comes in from that, because if people see that I want to try what you're doing, they see what tools you're using, and it gives them a way to go, I know this is what Vic uses, so I'll go try these tools.
And also some people opposed to the idea of Amazon because for whatever reason, but always remember, not always people have the time or the means to go to a place where things are cheaper. So by having the link, it's just click, get it, done. It's gonna be shipped. So think about people that are in that position. People that can get a better price, you can give the better price and they will go to another place. So that's an option there.
Yeah, and Colleen seconds what Juan said there, Vic. Get off your ass.
I saw that. That's why I responded. I said, love you, Colleen.
Yeah, probably Colleen, but for him, it's better to start building a reputation, which he's doing. Then when he gets stupidly like unable to be handled, that's the best way, or let's say place to start raising the prices. As for Rust-Oleum, no, they can be newer companies and make better stuff. So let's say you want to be sponsored to someone that values what you do. That's the best way. Unless you want to be another model, because I don't want to say the names. You get what I'm saying? You want to be you. You want to be you. It's better to charge more and get more money and buy your stuff than keep the price down and being a company speeding. Don't do that.
And Levi's saying his views are worth about $20,000 in marketing dollars between what I have in media and places that people see: trailer, truck, car, garage. Nice. Unfinished. Let's play sponsors with Sugar or Super or Sugar Mama, and I might consider it. No.
I got that suggestion, but I decline it. I do decline it.
That's not nothing, Levi. 20 grand is not nothing. I mean, the whole thing is real. I have little tiny things here and there. The biggest thing for me, like Vic was saying, I'm not expecting to make much money. I just help me with buying stuff I'm going to buy from you anyway. Give me some sort of discount. I'm going to show your parts off anyway. So give me something that I can market with. And also it helps me to build the cars. I can't do this without any money coming in. I've just, in 5 months, I've made a whole $100 on YouTube. Whee!
Still doing better than me, man. I've been on here for.
You did $500 in 1 month?
No, I did $100 in 5 months, Juan.
Oh, shit.
Just say shit, Juan. Just go ahead and just spit it out. That's what it is.
So what I was saying is, I've been on eBay. I've been on YouTube for 3 years now, and I haven't made a dime yet.
Well, I never expected to make money off of YouTube itself. I wanted it as an avenue to help me get big enough to have people start to help me make these builds. That's more than anything else. I'm not here to make a ton of money. I want to make cool stuff while I still have use of these. So I needed to, keep working. Since Autorama, the channel's grown about 200 subscribers, which is great. It's just got to keep the momentum going as best you can.
Well, the thing is, the suggestions I have give you, 6%, have they worked objectively? Yes or no?
No. No, I'm kidding, Juan.
Repeat that again. They have worked, yes or no?
They have. I have not. It's been one video so far, and that has done well.
Yeah, but objectively, is a yes or a no?
Skip.
No, it's a yes. No, and just as a secondary thing, just to go further into that, I haven't pushed enough out to have a real metric of it, but I was leaning to trying to start doing stuff like that, and you also were a nice push to say, okay, refocus what you're doing. It was time for me to do that anyway. If I don't continually improve the channel and what I'm doing, I can't expect people to watch.
So the point that
other stuff.
thank you 6%, but the point that I wanted to make, Vic, I haven't watched your channel. I don't know if you're up to it, but you gotta watch how you present things so you get a better push here on YouTube. So if you want pointers, I can give them to you. You just have to be willing to get better, and sometimes that hurts.
Oh no, I don't mind getting better.
No, and Dan, you do have a point. I'm not trying to just throw stuff out there. Like I met the guys at Fluid Film. They don't do sponsorships, but they sent me 2.5 gallons of material, and I was able to try it on somebody. So I got benefit. I was able to use Hoist House, which is great. I was able to help their friend undercoat his van, which he's going to end up selling, which is also awesome. And I got content out of it. So it's a win-win-win-win-win. Now, granted, I'm not going to make anything off of it, but that's not the point. It's something I thought was interesting. I wanted to try out. I'll try out stuff for free.
Well, the thing is, don't be free always, because the both of these guys are different because they have a niche. They are building things with their own hands, so there should be a premium for that. Because your guys are not a cute face with a cute smile that needs a
saying,
t-shirt.
Juan?
That you guys are.
What are you saying, Juan? Come on, this is a cute face. Look at that punum.
Well, I want to say you guys
I was
are
totally not paying attention. I was looking at this car.
If you lend me 6%, I'm talking seriously here. You guys are providing, in the long run, a certain worth. How many people are doing what you both do compared to be selling other things, maybe your smile, your face, and other things? So you guys are a niche.
Well,
You guys are what move things around in this country. So think about that.
You also have to have a personality. If you just show stuff and not your face, you tend not to do as well.
Yeah.
If people like what you do, they're gonna go through you. If I want to learn how to do things in a Hot Wheel, I will watch Vic before anyone else. There you go. That just make Vic more valuable. How many people are doing that and do it well?
Doing it a lot, doing it well, not so many. I've seen some stuff.
Well, there you go.
There are real hack jobs out there.
And Levi's saying, I just want to break even. That is why the way I spend money, that's going places. It's basically, it's paying to do stuff. Hey, Hammer Inch, how's it going? By the way, you did say hi, Vic.
Yeah, also, New Guys Garage, Dan knows a lot. He's not like 1, 2, 3, and everything will done well. He's more risk taker, but he suggests really good things. He knows.
Yeah, he walks up to the table and goes, always bet on black, and it works for him. So
yeah,
because he knows what to do.
Just not orange.
No, not red. It's not red. Colin's asking, how long does a basic build normally take, Vic?
It depends. There are extremes, but a basic build, I don't have to do any major body work. Just sort of paint and throw on some new rims. I can probably turn one out in a couple of days. But if there are extremes like this thing, which is going to be the Bratfink, I've been on that one for a couple of months now, because every time I get close to being done with it, it just doesn't look right, and I have to start over. I want it to be right when it goes to the guy that's getting it. And in this case, it's Clint, and I love Clint to death, so I don't want to pass something off to him that's crap, you know? So
take it easy, Dutch guys. Thank you much.
I can usually turn out a basic.
Thank you for being here, Dutch.
No, it's
Take
good.
care.
And Levi, I'm not. I don't. This needs. I can't do YouTube if it doesn't start to compensate itself out. I don't expect anything from it, but it has to start eventually paying for itself, or I can't keep doing it because I've got maybe $4,000 in the Honchero or in the Chambler, and it'll be that much into the Honda, and that's I don't have it. So
Remember, Levi, these guys are creating and making junk look like gold. What are you laughing at, Vic? What happened?
probably a
I'm
comment.
looking at Skip's comment. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Skip, but I never made the connection until he said that.
I don't know what is going on, but
He looks like Adam Sandler. He looks like
yeah.
a sandier haired Adam Sandler.
Well, there's a lot of ways to look like Adam Sandler, but I will tell you, it's good nowadays to be referenced with Adam Sandler. There are not too many good examples out there. That's a compliment.
Well, that's why I grow the beard and stuff. I keep getting called Pile. Everyone thinks I look like Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, Dan, you're correct.
Now I got to start calling you Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Dan. It is luck, and it is skill, and it's some weird mixture of the two.
No, 6%. Oh, man. I wouldn't. 6%. Did you fell off on the floor today?
No,
Come on, it's skill
and
It's
luck.
skill.
Yes.
Well, the more you put into it, the more luck you can get. The less time you put in it, the less luck you will get. Make sense?
Yeah, no, because there's skill involved. You have to grow. But just putting time in something doesn't mean shit. You can put a lot of time in something and still be an ass and useless at it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to like reality, but that's the way it is. You can put a lot of effort into something and still be horrible at it, and it doesn't get you anywhere. We have examples of that all over the place.
Yeah.
What was it? Okay. Private Pile?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who is that guy.
It's a movie reference for Full Metal Jacket.
I have heard some of that, but doesn't come any to my mind.
Watch the movie. Imagine me completely clean shaven without the glasses. I look like Vincent D'Onofrio from that movie.
You can look like a lot of people shave up. Anyone nowadays.
See, I can't say it's because he believes everything I do is just Dan. I don't believe everything you do is just luck. I say that you are the luckiest motherfucker I know because you are. That does not negate from your skill factor. But it is a mixture of luck and skill. It's not a defamation on your character. That's a good thing. A lot of this shit is random. A lot of it isn't. A lot of it is very random.
No, it's not random. 6%.
Shaven you could pass as Vin Diesel. More like Vin Diesel electric.
Oh, no. Man.
Private Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're gonna start arguing with Dan, you gotta call him and say all the feelings you have for him and keep going.
We're not dating, Juan. What the fuck?
It seems you talk like that to him, like if you were dating or.
Do I need to call him Burger King in a Puerto Rican accent? What the fuck, Juan?
Yeah, you guys need to do something. Maybe get out a steak or something.
Go have a nice dinner.
Yeah, big.
Juan, he's actually about a 10-hour drive from me. That's not the point. Nothing I'm saying about Dan is a negative or anything else. It's not what I'm saying. The stuff that he does, if I did it, I'd have been in jail by now. That's luck. That's the lucky part. When he
Well,
gets pulled over by a cop, talking on his cell phone, speeding, not wearing a seatbelt, and he gets nothing, that's fucking luck, Juan.
You're just ugly. That I think you're creepy. I think you look more creepier.
What?
Maybe it's that you look creepier, like a creep.
Yeah, no, but thanks for playing, Juan.
See, that doesn't make sense. None of what you're talking makes sense as always.
Dan, are you going to come up or not, man?
He's now he likes to argue with 6%.
No, we talk. You argue with him. You're his kindest troll, Juan.
You're his chick.
Yeah, no. It's not, I don't have the relationship with Dan that you are trying to have with Tom. I don't. That weird. That's you two. Just do whatever you do. So.
Okay, whatever you say.
I don't know why, man. I just started feeling slimy. Like
like in the middle of it. Oh, disgusting.
Dan, I'm not saying there is not. Not by any means, but there are also people who fart on a piece of paper and magically it takes off. There is luck to it as well. I'm not saying what you do is some magical luck. You are extremely lucky, and you have a very polished channel that you know exactly what you're going after. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. I'm not saying, oh, you're horrible because you're lucky, or you only got this because you're lucky. That's not true. And we've also talked before. There are things that you do that it's not my style. That's not what I want to go after. You court trolls. I don't. I know there are things that I could do that would grow my channel. I don't choose to do them. There's some of them that I'm just not going to. It's just not worth it. I'm on borrowed time. I'm not going to play that game. But that's not a cut on you. That's I know there's things I could do. There's things I'm not willing to do. The other things I'm going to work on. That is not an attack. That is not what I mean. So if that is the way it came off, I do apologize. It's not what I mean.
Come off like that, but we don't know you're not into that, so everything is fine.
I'm just gonna keep cutting Hondas apart on live.
Yeah.
Which means I got buy another goddamn Honda. I don't have any more of that one to cut up.
Colleen, I kid you not. No.
Yeah, she's not wrong. His approach to trolls, his approach to really stupid trolls. He murdered two of the biggest trolls in the automotive realm by simply telling them the facts and he ran away. That's I'll tell you later. It's not worth bringing up.
Yeah, I think it's not worth it right now.
I don't want to get him. People talk about him way too much, but what he did, the way he did it was beautiful because he just simply told them the facts and they ran away. I mean, literally, they shut their channels down.
Yeah, but can we go to another topic or?
Yeah. As of now, the largest YouTube channel in terms of subscribers is T-Series. T-Series is an Indian music label and film production company that has amassed a staggering over 200 million subscribers.
Oh,
that's nuts. So they beat Mr. Beast's ass.
Well, also, people will break that record. Records are meant to be broken, but.
Well, no, there's always going to be somebody that comes along that does something better than the last person. Just the nature of the beast. Not Mr. Beast, just the beast in general.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Is that how you call Dan? Your little beast?
Juan, again, whatever it is with you and the Niles brothers, you guys, you need your own private chat room. That's fine, but.
Whatever you say. Well done, Levi's.
And besides, I don't actually know how tall Dan is, but I'm fairly sure he's not smaller than I am. So.
I got you in height by 4 inches, and I probably outweigh you by 3 times.
Oh, very true, Amaranth. I'm 170 and I'm 6 foot tall. I used to be 6'2", but I'm only 6 foot now.
I think Vic will need to put like 4 foam on his shipping boxes or whatever.
Huh?
Put foam when you're shipping.
I
Less
usually
damage.
put it in bubble wrap.
Yeah, it's not that simple. They're very hard. I've shipped Hot Wheels before. It's very hard to find a way to ship them where they don't get damaged, just simply by the fact that they're metal and plastic. They don't take to jarring well, just to begin with. And then if you put them in and you throw them across a container or you throw them in the back of an airplane, there's good potential for them to get broken. Have you seen those? Actually, I think you had that the thing you got the Laguna in those. I can't think of the name. Where they have those plastic ones. No, that's a green light. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've got some of those sitting right here.
Yeah, maybe have you tried shipping them in the M2s?
I send them out in this. This is protecting all of those. Oh God, it's foggy. How much you want to bet? Nobody else.
Yeah, that will not be enough.
T Series has 250 billion views. Mr. Beast only has 45 billion views.
Hello,
But
foggy.
Mr. Beast is one beast. No, I've never seen the T Series, guys. I've never seen a Mr. Beast video, so I have no idea. I know that YouTube, every time I log on, tries to promote him. That's neither here nor there.
I only see things of my interests. I'm not looking for the biggest guy.
I'm sure Scott will be thrilled with that.
No, what I'm saying is before I log in, I just open up YouTube. Mr. Beast is in the top.
Is Nathan's Mopar still in here?
Mopar and Mustang?
Still in here, Nathan's Mopar. I don't see him. Doesn't mean he's not here. No, the M2, the plastic where it's a hard plastic base that you screw the car to, and it has that plastic top on it. Have you ever tried to ship in those? I think you can just buy those containers.
But that kind of defeats the purpose of the custom packaging, you know?
I know. You guys garage, or you toss it across the mailroom in the sorting bin. Not that I would know anything. Yeah, like not that you would know anything about destroying someone's mail, their previous mail person.
Dan, come up here. I want to see the freaking car.
Okay.
Said he's got to put his girl is young and down first.
Yeah, he tries to do that first and then comes in after eating some burgers. So, well, guys, for me, I think I will leave it here. So just take care. God bless everyone. Nice seeing you.
Appreciate
it. 100%.
Take
care.
Take it easy.
Adios. Mucho gusto. Well done. Take care.
Well, I think I'm going to look into that sponsorship stuff, man. If I can get some, I mean, at least paint or maybe some Dremel tools, that kind of thing for, if nothing else, reduced price, you know?
It's worth reaching out. The worst thing I can tell you is no.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, it'll give you an idea of where you're at in terms of getting sponsored, like with Eastwood when they said, you're not where we need you to be yet, but give us another call. So it's kind of at least gives you an idea of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And I know that not like you need to have more stuff to do, but throwing something up on Instagram here and there will help.
I hate the idea of social media. You know,
I understand. You do realize you're on social media right now.
Yeah. Well, pick your battles, you know?
Yeah.
Dremel and goo.
Yeah, you asked for the man.
I'm in.
Yes. Dude, show me the car, please.
Okay. It's not bad. It's just the hood fell off.
Whoa! Oh, no! Cat down! Cat down!
I swear to goodness. Just
does not
lives to. Am I upside down?
No.
Okay.
This just breaking news. Dan has been attacked by his cat.
Wait, did the hood go back? No. Okay. Oh, now everything's backwards. Okay, never mind. Wait a second.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa! Wait.
There we go.
Okay, Jesus.
All right. Now we're cooking. No, it's not bad. Just the hood fell
The
off.
hood is under the car. That's pretty fucking bad.
Well, no, literally. I read your note. I'm like, oh, the hood. I looked at the car. I'm like, what hood? Oh. Wow.
That is awful, dude. You said the back end separated too?
That might just be the way it was. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't get a good look at the back. Okay, wait. That might just be the way it is.
No, that's definitely further separated than it was. Man.
I guarantee you this thing was sailed like a football. I can guarantee you that.
They were playing hoops in the back with it.
No, but it's still sweet. Look at
Well,
it.
what do you think of the engine compartment though? I mean, now that you've actually got it in hand.
Well, I got a better look at it now. So it's on permanent display. No, it looks sweet.
All right, dude. Like I said, that's not difficult to replicate again now. Don't just leave that one in the package. And when I have time and I have an extra body, I will make you another one and I'll send it out so that you can actually pull it out and look at it.
Well, I got no problems with this one. I don't want to make a scene or nothing. I'm not upset.
It's just, no, but it's just one of those things. Like we've done probably 50 of these cars now, and we've only ever had 2 issues. One was with Garth's Graveyard Garage and you guys.
And see, that kind of makes me proud. It's like
it's infuriating, is what it is.
Okay, so
the curse.
We know
The
the
curse
3
is-
things Dan is not lucky with. Getting Amazon packages delivered, getting Hot Wheels delivered, and there was one other thing I can't remember.
Lots of things.
No, there's only one other thing you're actually not lucky at, though.
No. There's lots of things I'm not lucky at. I mean, I could rattle a few off, but
It's just infuriating. Can't wait for it to happen with when Beery finally says, "Hey, you want to do one of mine?" and it shows up to him, it looks like a fucking hand grenade went off in it.
Yeah, you just have to drive that one down.
We did that day before yesterday, actually. This right here. I don't know if you can see this, but that's gonna be. It's not done. I've got to do the highlights on it and stuff, but that's gonna be the Twisted Mopar logo. And Dan's actually getting one, maybe over here a little bit.
Make sure it's orange.
What?
Make sure it's orange.
Show them builds and what you do for the community. They may really appreciate the skill. Yeah. I'm gonna put all. That's how I try to contact everybody. What was I saying? The cars that I built. Jeez, did you see it? Did you see the smoke?
I think you need a respirator when you're painting now, Vic. I think you've inhaled a little too much acetone.
Man,
come on.
That's how I try to get a hold of everybody normally, unless they come to me.
Hold on real quick. Our friend, the Junkyard Necromancer, has magically appeared. Yes, I cut the car up an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, I said the same thing, Junkyard. It's false advertising is really what it is.
No.
When I made a live stream and I said live engine pull, I was pulling the engine through the whole live. This guy goes up there, cuts one piece of metal off the car and calls it a day.
No,
actually, the whole front end off, dude.
I did 4.
Which was basically just one piece of metal at that point, and basically rough. It was falling off on its own. All he had to do was blow on it.
Yeah, okay, you're hang on just a second, Scott. You're okay with a car showing up that's been blasted in the ass end and the hood is flying off.
Yeah, I'm not picky.
But he cuts the entire front end off of a car, and that's not good enough.
Hey, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I clicked on the video that said live cutting the front engine off. I haven't seen nothing about that yet.
Well, you know what? In whatever the hell this ends, about 2 minutes after that, you can watch the whole thing in high speed and just go right through it.
But I already watched most of it, and I was already disappointed. So
Yeah.
Don't know what to tell you, my man.
appreciate you not being pissed off about that, Dan. Seriously, that's irritating.
I don't know why
It's
you're so
Jared.
talk about it.
Well,
I mean, you spent a lot of time on it. I can understand why you'd be upset about it.
Now, come on now. Did you look at the excuse Junkyard's putting up for why he couldn't be here? He was in another country.
Oh,
You're in another country. Well, you're visiting Pickle?
That's what I'm assuming.
Nice.
Well, Junkyard Necromancer is on the Stone Soup Lancer list.
The what?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We've gone over this a bunch, but just for Dan and do the cliff notes if you would about how the stone soup thing works.
Cliff notes. We got a car donated to us.
I'll go weld the car back together and cut it back off for Dan, so you can explain the stone soup as in the meantime.
Thank you. Maybe
All right,
you
the Cliff's notes. We got a car donated to us, a real car. It's a 62 Lancer, 3 on the tree, 225 slant 6. Okay. It's rough, but it's all there. Motor, trans, suspension, interior actually looks pretty good for sitting as long as it has.
All right.
Definitely patinaed all over. I hate that word.
Rust bucket, got it.
Okay, well, on a Honchero scale of 0 to Honchero, where is it on the rust scale?
Let's call it if 0 is 0 and Honchero is 10, we'll call it a high 6.
Oh, I drive that shit every day.
Well, the floorboards are pretty rough.
It has them. Mine doesn't.
That's what fucking street signs and license plates are for.
Anyway, so
okay.
Short story is we got that car donated to us by Heavens Mopars. I don't, like I was telling Scott, I don't want to call Jamie a friend yet because, I don't know how he feels about it. But Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage took that car just the other day. He's going to put a video out on it here real soon. He turned the motor over with a starter. He actually got it to move under the power of the starter. So it does move. It will run. It's a slant 6. You can hit it with a hammer and fire it up,
Right.
So the idea is we get volunteers that want to throw a part or some labor or some travel at the car. Hopefully some combination of all three. They can make a video on the car. It'll get put on our list. As far as like the video list, we'll make a full playlist so you can watch the whole build as the car travels across the country. Right now we've got 9 garages or 9 volunteers, including Scott, who gave us the car. And we've got 2 really big gaps between Junkyard Necromancer and I can't remember who's in North Dakota. Who's in North Dakota? Junkyard D. Junkyard D. There he is, right there. Yeah, well, that one's in quite a bit better shape. I have some on my computer if you want to let me share my screen.
Hey, speak of the Junkyard D, and he shall appear.
Mm-hmm. I said his name and he appeared. Anyway, we've got a big gap between the Junkyard Necromancer and Junkyard D, and from Junkyard D down to 38 POS in Nebraska. We need to fill in those gaps a little bit so it's not so much of a run. But that's the idea. Once it gets here, I'm going to try to get Donnie from Big Wrench Tech up here, and we're going to paint the car with everybody's logos all over the car. And it won't just be like, we'll stick this one here and there and there. No, we want to, it's going to be like like the logos are going to be set into the paint. I don't really know how to describe that. I'm like you can see right here, I'm pretty handy with a rattle can, but you give me all the rattle cans and I can make something pretty happen. So
yeah, you're gonna paint the logos in like clear coat.
Okay, so they gave you a car, but the car is not with you, and the car is going to travel to you.
Yes.
Okay. So the car is exchanging YouTubers' hands all the way to you.
Yes.
And getting content the whole way.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea.
I know, right?
That is a great fucking idea.
Well, and the thing is, it's not just.
Dean, hey, ASO. Sorry, real quick. Just hey, Dean, hey, ASO.
What's up?
Hey, ASO. Junkyard Necromancer, hello.
Yeah, everybody's just saying hi to each other.
So, are you going to figure out exactly the path of travel before the car starts moving?
Technically, it's already started moving.
Okay.
It's in Seattle. Well, just south of Seattle right now.
What YouTuber has it now?
Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage.
Okay.
Graffiti caps for cans. I can help you. Oh, I will do that, Damien. Let me, Scott. Let me see if I can bring up the map of where everything's at here. If you're willing,
let me know when you're up, and I'll share it.
I gotta find it.
Like I said, if you reach out to people, the worst they can say is no. That's not that big a deal.
As far as what?
Sponsorships and partnerships or discounts.
I gotta find it. No, that's not the one I want.
So where is this one advertised so far?
So this is basically just on my YouTube channel. We started doing it only a couple of weeks ago because so we had the general plan put together, and then Scott just the other day, he's like, hey, I'm going over to Seattle. Guess what's going with me? Okay. So
is anybody from the No Name National crew participating?
Yeah.
So does John Wilbur know about this and actively promoting it on his live streams?
He is not. John doesn't have anything to do with it yet. If he's
I don't
more than
see why he should be.
Well, it's John's baby, So if he's not interested in helping, that's his prerogative.
Well, yeah, but if he doesn't know. But anyways, okay. All right.
He knows about it. Do you guys have the map?
I see it.
It's up.
Okay. It started in Spokane right here where the mouse is at. Scott took it over here to Olympia where Jamie's at. It's got to come back across the state to get to Junkyard Necromancer. And then it's got to get from Junkyard Necromancer right here all the way over to Junkyard D in Bismarck. That's a big gap.
Yeah, that's a big ass.
That's a monstrous gap. Yeah.
Yeah. And then from Junkyard D down to 38 POS down here. And I don't know that that's actually where he lives. I took a description of where he lives. So that's basically the area. And Indirect Connection and Rapid Transit over here in East Troy, Wisconsin, said that they would be willing to take a slice out of it. And then moving on down here to Indiana, that's where Levi's at. And then Jason and I are up here in Dayton. So I've got to clear this gap up. I mean, 2-3 guys out of this right here would be amazing. And then
I know you mentioned you don't want to step on anybody's toes, but once that first video comes out, you really should promote the shit out of it.
I mean, you got to kind of. I mean, you have to really be putting this out there before it gets too far along and people can't follow it.
That's the thing, though. I was making the plan gradually, and things were slowly beginning to come together. And then Scott's like, "Guess what I'm doing today?"
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, since these
That's
shit
why you got to shoot from the hip more.
yeah. Since shit has hit the fan, it's time to promote. So
Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at. Getting it from Jamie over there to the Junkyard Necromancer, and then from him over to Junkyard D, and then down here. Now, this stretch should be pretty easy, actually, because Jason from Indirect Connection said that he would travel all the way over here and grab it, and then take it all the way back over to him. So,
hey, Vic,
yeah.
Junkyard's saying actually gears and stuff near Missoula, Montana. I can reach out to him and see if he's interested. Super small channel, but very nice guy.
Gears and stuff?
Yeah.
I am smack dab in the middle of Minnesota. I'm kind of looking at that'd be kind of a backtrack down towards yeah.
Maybe I don't know, maybe if you got a day or something, run over here to Junkyard D and throw a wrench at the car and go back. I don't know. It's a long trip. I think it'd be fun. Plus, your name is still going to go on the, oh, and that's the other thing. If nobody wants, or if nobody's able, like say somebody, Eric Destroyer from Destroyer's Last Laugh. He lives down here in Las Vegas. Or Tony, who lives in Arizona. If those guys can't, they're not going to drive over 1,000 miles just to come tinker on a car that they don't give a shit about,
Yeah. No, and Junkyard D, I agree with you. It's just, since it is taking off, the best way to, if we help, if he want, I will help in whatever way I can, but whatever we can do to help him promote or whatever he chooses to do, that'll start to get the ball rolling, and that'll help get other channels, get other people involved, maybe even get some companies involved that want to do this and try to get the chain rolling, because that's a very long distance to go.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people between the car and Vic. So he's got a lot of opportunities, I think, to really reach out. Even if only a third of what happens pans out, that's still huge.
Yeah.
Well, it's really a monumental project.
Yeah.
I mean,
what I was saying is those folks that like I said, Eric down here in Las Vegas, if he wanted to say throw some new brake pads or drums or something at it, he can ship it to us or to whomever is along the way, and they can throw them on for him. His name will still go on the car, and it'll still be part of the build. And we'll mention him in the video or whatever, and say thank you very much, and move on. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be along this route to help with the car.
Yeah, and Junkyard Junkyard is saying that he'll make some shorts about it as well to post to help. Yeah, if you decide what you're doing and how you want to start doing it, and I'll throw in whatever I can to help. So I shared the initial post on Foreign and In Focus Facebook pages. That's Colleen was saying.
Well, thank you, Colleen. You're basically my freaking mom. Love you. Let me know about that gears and stuff. Junkyard Necro. What the hell's your name, dude? Just keep calling you
Junkyard Necromancer.
Yeah, some people call him Junkie. He's private about his name. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, let's just call him Bill.
Necromancer, not to be confused with necrophilia.
Or you could call him like Juan does. You could call him Junkyard.
That sounds so bad.
No, it's just simply because English is not his first language. So I think.
Who spilled paint on the living room carpet?
Well, I was going to pop on, but I'm cleaning up paint in the living room carpet. I'm assuming Tom did. That's what I'm going with.
I highly doubt that.
A lot of people just call him Junkie, which is not really a term of endearment, but it works for him.
This
Well,
cat is driving me insane right now.
you know, now that I think about it, Scott, I do have. You know who did that? I'll get over my stroke here in a second.
Holy shit.
Jesus, it's a big head, man. There's a lot of brain in there. Sometimes the synapses don't fire right. The little graphic that you had done for the Honchero with the done up like the rat rod.
That was I just did that on Fiverr. It's an online service where you contract out like editing or design work or whatever. I think it was because he had to do a lot of it. I gave him ideas and clips of what I wanted it to look like, but so it was more expensive. But I think it's like $40 to have something fully done. It's probably cheaper than that, but I wanted something decent.
Well, I was going to ask. Maybe I'm going to try my own hand at it, but get a logo for the Stone Soup Valiant. Or
that part is, if you tell me what you want, look like that logo, the Honchero name, I did that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the car artwork. That was I had to filter out. I don't have that skill set for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either or really. To be frank, I'd prefer text because I can duplicate text.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roland does custom emblems.
Yeah, that's who made my emblems. That's Torque Racing Productions. It's who did the Honchero emblem.
Tell me that car wouldn't look great with the Lancer logos off and just Stone Soup written there.
Yeah,
in that original writing.
Yeah, no, that's doable. That is very doable.
Man, that'd be cool as hell. Torque Racing Production. Man, I gotta write this shit down. Give me a second.
I'll get him. I'll get a hold of him for you and get a way for you to contact him.
Yeah, if he asks, send him my email or my phone number. But anyway, what do you think, Dan? I know it's a monstrous undertaking, but
well, I think it's got huge potential. But the thing is, you got to get out into the YouTube world. It's already rolling, and nobody knows about it.
Well, I've already got now 10 possible, but I've got a bunch of shops already lined up, and that was only within this week.
Yeah, Roland from Torque Racing Productions made these.
Nice.
You think you could do a hollowed out Lancer writing?
I'm assuming he can do just about anything. The best way to do it is to kind of get an idea of what you want and then get it to him and see if he can do it or not.
Huh. Dean's here. I saw Dean. Hi, Dean.
Yeah, Dean has been on. I'm just trying to catch up on where everybody was. Dino is in here. Junkyard, what's up, dude? Yeah, what's going on there, Junkie? You, Witty, and Pickle are like in witness protection or some shit.
Yeah, right. No, we gotta get videos out there of the Stone Soup project, the greatest YouTube car project on YouTube. Something like that. Jesus fucking Christ!
No, and Vicky's not wrong. Or like this car is going to be going like 3,000 miles to get finished and stop to stop to stop. If you're interested, throw in your 2 cents. Let us know.
Yeah.
No, that's way too wordy. You gotta use way more like pizzazz words than that.
I know that, but I'm just throwing out of the idea. You guys can fine tune it. I engineer brain too much. That's why I try to say as much as I can with as few words as possible. But there's ways to do it. Maybe even have like centralized locations, like it's going to Kip Smith's garage and on this date. If you want to come throw shit on it, come throw shit on it. If you want to take it on the next place, take it on the next place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, don't they have don't you should put a tracker on the car that everyone has access. Well, no, because if they're at private residence. But a way for people to actually track the car in real time as it travels across the state or country.
That would be amazing. Is there a tracker that we can shut off that we can have, like?
Yeah, no. Check into the Apple Air, the AirPod or whatever it is, the tracking pod that you can get with an Apple phone.
Yeah,
there's a tracking tag you can put on stuff and turn it on and off, as far as I know.
Yeah.
A pic of your minivan? Because I could load it up to my email via my phone, but I haven't put it on my computer.
Are you talking about her van or the tracker thing, Vic?
She said, Vic, can you share a pic? I don't.
Yeah, no, it's sort of. I'm sorry, Junkyard has it right. I knew it wasn't right. It's called an Apple AirTag, and you can literally stick it to whatever you want and track it.
Yeah. So you post that on YouTube so everybody can track where the car is with a little map of where it's going.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a smart idea, Dan.
Well, it's luck.
You went the wrong way.
No.
Oh, did I? Oh, shit.
I'm up here. Dan. No, I never said what you did was luck. I said you're the luckiest motherfucker I know. That doesn't mean you're not good at what you do. Okay, who got pulled over, not wearing a seatbelt, talking on the phone and speeding and got nothing for it?
Look, I'm a silver-tongued devil.
He didn't tell you the rest of it. He was lighting babies on fire and throwing them out the window like hand grenades.
More than likely.
I was carrying fucking tagged off mattresses and throwing it off.
Oh, jeez.
Simon said he'll lend you the tracker from his ankle.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
Oh, man. I'll look into AirTags. How much are they?
I have no idea. I know there's likely some kind of like Amazon knockoff of that stuff, but I know that those do what you're looking for, at least to some extent.
Okay. Man, that's smart. Send this pic to Scott. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I can do that. Never mind. I can show my phone. Head trauma, Colleen. Come on. Got to find you here. This is the problem with not deleting any of your messages.
Apparently your ugliness is luck, Dan, or I don't know. He's been bitching at me tonight too, so it could be directed at you, it could be directed at me. I don't know.
Yeah, Colleen the other day took a pretty good shot.
Dan is saying there. Good luck. Sorry, Tom is saying it's $40.
That's what's left of her Mazda.
That kind of looks like my old fucking Town and Country.
Yeah, now it's even more of a minivan.
I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Right here in the back of it, that's one of those fat people walkers that she was picking up for me.
Oh,
because of my hips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things. She was doing something really nice for somebody. And got
one of the fold-out ones, or one of the when you're talking about that, you mean like one of the ones that fold out and have like the tennis balls on the feet, or what do you?
You laugh it up. You be riding around in it.
I've had them before. I'm asking you an actual question because they're different styles.
I don't know. She would know better. She just said that walker in the back was for you, and she blames me for the accident.
Yeah, she blames you. It's probably true.
So.
Yeah, Juan, your hair is powerful.
$40. Now I got to come up with $40 to make this happen.
Colin's saying, okay, so she probably got you the fancier one you can sit on. I've had them. I've had every type of everything short of actually a wheelchair in my house. I've had.
Well, I was in a wheelchair for about 3 weeks while my ankles healed. But busted both of my ankles when I was in high school. Well, it was during the summer, but that was the weirdest. I don't ever want to do that again, man. I got to get my hips worked on.
Yeah. Dan is so lucky that he caused an explosion. Another Dan would appear 6% words was just luck. Well, considering about half of that was sort of a sentence, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, but sure one.
Just type it in Spanish, man. We'll understand just as much.
I think he's saying if I caused an explosion and blew myself up and I just respawned, you would just be like, oh, he's fucking lucky.
I might say that, but Juan would probably fall to the ground and call you Jesus. So,
my grandpa my grandpa blew up a propane tank. He worked at scrap place, and he was crushing the propane tanks, the old ones. Well,
Yeah.
one of them wasn't empty, and we heard that throughout the entire town. He was
Yeesh.
right there. He was fine though. Maybe that's where I get it from.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm looking up this AirTag thing.
The Dan Cat fatness is luck.
I think it's
Apparently,
called cat fat.
I know, but I'm trying to think like it's like his fatness is luck, or he's lucky that he's fat. I'm not probably reading into that too much. Trying to find an answer that probably is not there.
Trying to think of more ideas for the Stone Soup project.
Hey, Tom, where did you find that AirTag thing for $40?
Thanks.
So is the car itself actually driving from place to place, or are people picking it up, like on trailers and stuff?
Until it gets underway under its own power, they're picking it up.
Okay.
Now, we do have, like I said, Indirect Connection said that he would actually go. Well, okay, so he has the ability in July to go all the way to Washington if he has to pick it up and bring it all the way back to Minnesota. I'm trying to lessen that stretch for him.
Yeah.
Try to get it as close to him as possible so that, one, he doesn't have to go as far, and two, he has more time to tinker on it if he has to, or when he has it. So I'm wondering, man, some of these are actually cheaper than that. They're like $20.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of opportunities to help this move along and probably help it get farther and more support, more channels outside of our little bubbles.
GPS tracker.
Shit, it's 10:30. I think we're probably going to end it here in a couple minutes, guys. It's already 10:30.
Okay. Bluetooth
Well, 9:30
smartphone.
for you.
Huh?
9:30 for him.
Yeah, that's true. It's 9:30 for me. That is accurate.
Wow.
Yes.
There are little magnetic ones. There's all kinds of. I don't know which one to go with here, man. And I've never had to track a car.
Never thought about it, but that's a fancy ratchet you got there, Dano.
I feel very patriotic holding this ratchet.
Yeah, there should be eagles majestically screeching in the background.
I tried to put a metric socket on here the other day, and it refused. So that's how I knew it was a keeper.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but that was made in China.
Well, I mean, it's made in America with offshore parts.
It was hand customized and reassembled in America, actually in Michigan. So
It was a shell of its former self, and we injected patriotism into it.
Yeah, it's the Captain America of ratchets. We disassembled it, cleaned it, impregnated it with stuff, and made it cooler. So
yes.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of a catchy, like, will it run? Or it's not will it run, it has to be something new.
Yeah.
Will it?
Man, that's God damn that GPS idea. I'm just thinking, like, everybody's gonna want a piece of that.
Well,
Tracking
you gotta hide the GPS though. You gotta like put it in the oil pan or something so nobody knows where it is, so they can't
I
remove
don't
it.
think it would keep working if you put it in the oil pan, but yeah, you do need to hide it.
Well, if it's not currently running yet, then
No, well, my idea would be to let the person who's either picking it up or whatever. Hey, here's the tracker. make sure you plug it in so that when it goes to the next guy, it's tracking and we can follow it online.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a ping system. Like I don't know. I might be wrong on this, but I think it receives a signal and it says where it is. I don't think it's powered, but I might be wrong on that one. I might be thinking of a different thing.
Huh.
I had to put you down before
So,
you realize I don't
so
watch
there
nothing
wouldn't
here.
be it wouldn't be a real time thing. It would be it's here and then it's here and then
No,
it's
anytime it receives a signal, you'll have to look into more. I might be thinking of something else, but anytime it receives a signal, it would tell you where it is.
So anytime anybody like looks at it up, that it shows them where it is.
yeah.
It's on demand information.
Yeah, but if it goes to somebody's house and they don't want you to know where the hell their house is, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to turn it off, probably.
Yeah. Colleen's got a good one. Follow Stone Soup.
I got one next. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Well, you don't want to lead with Stone Soup because Stone Soup has not been established yet. See what I'm saying? Like nobody's looking up Stone Soup
Well,
in
yeah.
like the YouTube
To some
search.
extent, they sort of are, Dan. It's actually a thing.
What?
The Stone Soup idea is not new. At least here, there was a radio station locally that did it every year for a charity. So I hadn't heard of Stone Soup since 4 or 5 years, at least since Vic mentioned it in the live stream. It is some sort of that phrase is a thing. I don't know
Well,
what.
sure, but I don't think it's like being actively looked up to find YouTube car channels.
What's it
Right.
say? Got a guy. I'll talk. Excellent. Yeah, let me know, Colleen. The little red hen. What the hell? You got all kinds of weird sayings and stuff. Well, I'm going to try to hammer out an idea for a logo for whatever we decide we're going to do as far as like what's going on the car. Scott, if you could maybe talk to that fella that you had do the Honchero logo.
Yeah, I did the logo. He made the emblems for me. I sent him what I had, and he made it into something you could 3D print and then fully finish out.
Yeah. I could probably 3D print something, but man, it'd be really nice to have some like professional logos that I can be like, hey, made by,
That is nice, and I use that same logo is what I made the stickers with as well. So and like I use Canva, and you can. I think you use something else too, Dan. It might be easier if it depends on if you use.
Baz Art, or I think it's called. It's
Yeah,
literally it's just on the Google App Store. It was like the first thing I looked up, and I've used it ever since.
Yeah,
Works
and
really
once
good.
you've got a digitized image, you can make stickers or graphics or send artwork to somebody so they can make stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to find all this stuff. God, it's exciting, isn't it? Like this is.
There's a lot of possibilities. You could be driving a blown Hemi by the time it gets here if you work hard enough.
Yeah, right. I don't no. I'm okay with stock. Let's make it run the way it did. I don't want to. I mean, don't get me wrong. If somebody's going to cut the wheel wells out and stuff a big 440 under there, I'm not going to be like, "How dare you?" But I don't want it to be a chore for anybody. I want them to have fun with it. CASO, be safe, man. We love you.
Take it easy, ASO. You're always welcome in here. You're always welcome on the panel. I hope you're feeling better, bud.
Yeah, man. So,
Yeah.
I think it's probably a good time to end. We're right at there. It's Vic will get doing stuff with the Stone Soup, and hopefully we'll have some more stuff for you. And whatever you decide, we'll help you as much as we can. Anything you got pumping out there in GG?
What?
You working on anything or anything you'd like anybody to know?
Oh, I'm actually working on the frickin' engine build for the first time in years. The camshaft is in it. That's as far as I got. So, yeah. I was going to put the crankshaft in it, but then I jumped on here. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, ASL man, and we're here for you if you need anything. Just reach out, man. I don't know what else to say. I've been medically low. I don't know what exactly is going on with you, but we're here if you need us. So
I'm squishy. If you need a punching bag,
there's that. You can hit him with a car. He's already got bad hips. You ain't doing any
yeah, I'm
work.
not running away. Yeah, Dan. See if you can think of anything else that would be interesting to follow up. I mean, because if we can get enough groundswell behind it, yeah.
The greatest content creator collaboration on YouTube, Triple C.
Thanks, man, Life Biker. You're more than welcome to strangely stalk us. I appreciate the time and the watch hour. So,
All right. Well, I have a bunch of little cars to catch up on, and now I've got to hunt a Mustang too. So,
well, I appreciate it, everybody. And if you missed me dragging my feet as long as I could to make those 4 cuts on the Honda, you can rewatch the first 20 or so minutes of this live stream when it goes up again in like 3-4 minutes, and you can enjoy it. I'm actually going to watch it because I want to know what it looks like. So I've never done that live. So thanks everybody for coming on. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks everybody.
peace.
Later.
Bye everyone.